Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'm Jordan. Mike Matthews going to come in with more encouragement for you a little after 7.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I was singing just a little bit at the beginning of this podcast. It's Mike Matthews, and this is how fast this podcast goes. Because I have to know, hey, is this the way the show is going to start? I guess so. It's a little bit rocky at the beginning, but
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Firstly, that was the name of the last podcast. This one, maybe lastly,
Mike's
it's episode
Daily
2489,
Podcast.
2489.
Yeah!
So fine, so hot. Oh, 2 days worth of over 100 degrees, which is unheard of in Podcastro Valley. So yes, we're getting used to some interesting changes here in this world. What's this happening here? Wind in Democrat sails as Sarah Palin humbled in Alaska special election. It was for Alaska's only seat in the U.S. House was won by the Democrat Mary Peltola, delivering a blow to the former vice president nominee Sarah Palin's hopes of a political comeback and putting winds in the sails of the Democratic Party as it heads for November's midterm elections. And they have a picture of Sarah Palin doing a oh well face. Oh well, that's how it goes, no. Because the elections are all rigged. You know, that's how it is, you know, you betcha. Okay, Donald Trump, who of course endorsed Palin and campaigned for her at a rally in Anchorage, he actually went to Anchorage, won Alaska by 10 points in the 2020 election. Hey, you know what? I would love to go to Anchorage where the sun stays up all year, all day.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Wait, it's all day. I don't know. Analysts poured over the results of the vote. The podcast picture is of something pouring over my face to cool me off. Hey, hold on a second. I'm doing a podcast at Cafe anyway, where it's nice and cool, because the Penguins supply the special air conditioning. Penguins. They brought ice cubes. And their leader, the head of the Penguin organization, his name is Pengo. The late great Basil the Boxer there, everybody. He loved Pengo. Why not? He kicked the ice cube and he could smash people with it. It's video game reference, everyone, because I don't talk down to the gamers. And I need to. Analysts poured over the results of the vote, which was held 2 weeks ago under a new ranked choice system, but was finally finalized on Wednesday. It was being seen as a significant outcome on several levels as a potential response to the recent Supreme Court overturning of the constitutional right to abortion, to Trump's enduring grip on the Republican Party, and to Palin herself. But what do they know? All right, that from The Guardian. Okay, so I guess on this podcast, it's running along at a good clip. The podcast picture will be of a recent occurrence that happened somewhere in the Bay Area. We'll find out more when we look at the webpage, mikesdailypodcast.com, or you can look at it. I'm not allowed to look at it because there's a, what do you call it? On the webpage, it has one of those things that tells me not to look at it. A restraining order, thank you. Okay, now on to a new cat translator. Meow what? Meow wow. Yes. Whether they're meowing, hissing, or purring, it's often impossible to know exactly what your feline is thinking. I know what Patches, our cat, is thinking. It's too dang hot, and it's too dang hot in the house. He could just go into one of the rooms where it's cooler, but the house itself is too hot for him, so he's staying outside. Right? It's a little bit more perfect and cooling down a bit. A new cat translator app could help humans decipher what their pets are trying to tell them. It's called Meow Talk. The founders say they found a formula that's able to identify a cat's meows and translate them into human languages. It was launched in Japan. It's gone viral. 17 million downloads. And 250 million meows recorded. What else are they recording is my question. Are they recording your passwords? Your bank account number? Your secret desires? What are cats listening to? What do cats hear? And what are they storing in their memory banks? Their cat banks. Daily Mail Online. Your new cat translator app means your pet can now talk to you. And the Meow Talk finders say they found a formula. I don't know. How is that even possible? Meow Talk works by identifying a cat sound and linking it to one of 13 preset vocalizations. The app then produces the equivalent meaning in human language. Phrases include feed me, I'm angry, leave me alone, and the one that cat owners want to hear most, I'm in love. There's even an Alexa-style function that picks up on cat noises, automatically sending owners a translation on their phone. So, yes, it's Alexa-like, which means it's listening all the time, which means eerie. But hey, I asked Alexa today what the weather was going to be, and then she told me, and then I freaked out. Because, what? That's impossible. An app user says the results seem accurate. It translated the cat being chilled and wanting strokes, but then translated when she'd had enough as we go outside a cafe anyway. But you could probably pick that up on the cat's nonverbals, because the cat is still communicating with you, albeit through nonverbal communication, cat communication. This from the dailymail.co.uk. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley.
Anyway.
Hot Podcastro Valley. Meanwhile, there is a Hurricane Danielle heading for Ireland and UK. There you go if you're living in England where you have a new prime minister. And now, as we are outside a cafe anyway, underneath the fans blowing oh so much on us to try and cool us off as the sun goes down. Look who's here. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I don't really mind the heat, Mike Matthews. What are you, nuts? But it's hot. I know, Mike Matthews. That's why I sell snow globes. Yeah, but snow globes don't actually cool you down. Yes, but it's psychological, because you see a snow globe and you think of snow and you think it's going to cool you down. When I see a snow globe, I think of Rosebud and that depressing story that fat guy told. Mike Matthews, you shouldn't fat shame Orson Welles. Oh, too soon? Mike Matthews, don't be like that. Don't be a curmudgeon. I'm going back inside. Okay, there she goes. Imagine a door closing because she just went back inside. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer, Mike. I would sure like to take a break now and listen to one of those funny clips of you when you were younger talking on the radio. Oh, really? Oh, do you? Okay. Very good then. Why don't we see... All right. I found in my stash of stuff from way back... Oh! And I don't see it here. Did I not put it in the... Well... Oh, okay. We're gonna do this. We had that. I thought for sure I saved this. All right, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of I'm gonna do this while I'm doing the podcast. So this is going to be fantastic. Not your mere mortals can do this now. This is difficult now. So here we go. Okay. In 1987, I wanted to get on the radio. I was working as an assistant, an intern, helping out, and I wanted to be on the radio. And the guy at the time, the evening DJ, Michael Newman, said, Mike, you need to make a practice air check, and then I will listen to how you sound, and I will judge if I can put you on the radio. And so I'm going to play you now. 1987, this is Mike, and probably one of my first attempts at being a radio person, a radio disc jockey. Let's listen.
Y97 Santa Barbara's Hot FM, the only station in Santa Barbara County, giving you free cash. Be listening Monday for your chances to win from your Y97. Here's Lionel Richie now, Running with the Night.
Wow. Shall we listen to one more? One more, just to get the sense of how young, how much my voice has changed. Practically not at all.
Y97 from the movie Little Shop of Horrors now. Here's Steve Martin, Dentist, on your Y97.
Why am I playing that? Oh, that was the other thing. So he gave me a bunch of 45s of stuff they weren't playing. They were about to throw out. He said, make an air check tape, make a demo tape out of that. So that's why we have a little bit of Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour, feed me. Okay, one more clip.
Y97 Santa Barbara's Hot FM. Sunday night at midnight means Guy Gooden's Space Pirate Radio on Y97. With 5.5 hours of import music and out-of-this-world comedy, that's Guy Gooden's Space Pirate Radio. Sunday nights on your Y97.
Patricia Russian sending you forget-me-nots. Will Smith later did that Men in Black song using a sample of that. And Guy Gooden, wow. I could tell you stories of Guy Gooden and how I unfortunately dated a girl that he had previously dated, and whoops. So that's Guy Gooden. Odd guy. He apparently he wanted to be Peter Sellers, I think. He apparently knew Brian Ferry personally. He apparently was a bunch of things that I don't know for sure, but he was an interesting guy. Very nice to me, and I should be nice back by saying Guy Gooden. Is he still on the radio? I don't think he is, sadly. Oh, wait. So we did that segment. That segment, by the way, was called Let's Go Back with Matthews. And now we go to the segment Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud. I've had a lot of songs sent to me recently. One by Mobina Galore. What the heck? Mobina Galore. When everything shut down, Winnipeg had a small window in summer 2020 when indoor venues could put on extremely limited capacity, fully seated events. We threw a fundraiser show for the Park Theater with our local best buds, the Rippers, with a Z, who, like so many of us, were going through a tough time. It turned into 2 sold-out nights in a row, so we thought, well, this is going to be weird and amazing and beautiful. Let's record both nights and see what we can create from it. They turned out to be the only shows we played that year. Aw. It was a strange time for live music, but the feeling in the room is something we will never forget. So this is a live album that they put out. All right, so let's play a song off of it, shall we? If we can. If this allows us to. It says go to play off of YouTube. All right. It's always funny to me when they say, hey, you can play this off of Deezer. And by the way, you can listen to this podcast on Deezer, but what? Who even knows that? All right, they gave me the whole album. I'm going to pick one that looks interesting to me. Okay, there needs to be more songs about the 4th of July. So I'm going to play that. Oh, it won't allow me to play that. Well, yes, it will. Okay, here we go.
This has been a blast. Thank you all so much for coming out and supporting the park.
Suck it down for eye to eye. Workers want the night to end. Celebration still alive. It was the 4th of July. I
That's Mobina Galore and 4th of July. I like it. I need more 4th of July songs. There's that song by X. That's one of my favorites. But All. That's the name of this band. Suffering Mall. This is Yo-Yo Kome, Toronto, another Canadian, Toronto-based musician and poet, here to share my project, Suffering Mall. Oh, this is the artist named Yo-Yo Kome. Okay. Huh? Wait. Oh, it's her project. What is it? So I don't know. Is it an album? Is it a project? Is it her band? Is it a man? I don't know. But this is the new song by Yo-Yo Kome, and this is called Crushed. Wow. So that's called Crushed by Suffering Mall. Which one did you like better? Suffering Mall or Mobina Galore? Both fantastic names for projects, bands, whatever. Call me, 336-MM Daily. That's 3 + 3 = 6. MM is in Mike Matthews Daily, as in what this podcast has been now for quite a few days.
Call now, 336-MM Daily.
Yes, sir. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. No, it won't. It'll be Madame Rutabaga Valentino and Bison Bentley. I don't know. Could be cake, could be meat cake, could be something completely different, which every show is of Mike's Daily Podcast. But if you'd like to email me with any comments about anything we covered today, for example, didn't we talk about, I think a while back, we were discussing something that had to do with Sarah Palin. You can talk about that too, or which song you liked better, or what you thought of my very young sounding 1987 voice when I was probably all of 19, I think. You can tell me, 336-MM Daily, or email me, and with details on that, here's A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!